Well, in Lab 22, the respiratory system. So in this lab, we're going to study the models and also the slides. In the lung slides, so in the lung you have two structures. One is those median of air bubble, we call them alveoli. So you're going to see a lot of bubbles. And the second one are those pipes connect with those alveoli. These pipes connect with the bubbles, and we call them bronchial. So in the slides of the lung, you see a lot of bubbles. So all these bubbles, alveoli. And these are the bronchial. So these are the pipes connect to those bubbles. So alveoli, bronchial. The model, you need to know the respiratory system. Start from the nose. So inside your nose, you have the nasal cavity, and you have those nasal conchae. These nasal conchae are those foldings, so they can increase the surface area and to heat up and also moisten the air, because the air outside, especially in the winter, the air can be dry and cold, and your lung is warm and humid, so they have to heat up the air, and this is the nasal conchae's job. So you have the superior, middle, and inferior nasal conchae. It will go and the air will go through the pharynx. Pharynx is a fancy word to say throat. So you have the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. It will go through a cartilage, very important cartilage, epiglottis. It's made of the cartilage need to bend to cover the airway. So when you swallow, the bolus will go to the esophagus. So that's epiglottis. It's elastic cartilage. And then you will go to the larynx. Inside the larynx, you have the vocal cord. And now you go to the trachea. So from the trachea, you go to the bronchi. And the bronchi, you have the primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi. So they're like the tree. They keep branch out. Eventually, they go to the bronchial. And from the bronchial, go to the alveoli. And your lungs in your thoracic cage are covered by the double membrane called the pleural membrane. And the one touch your lung called the visceral pleura, and the membrane touched outside the ribs called parietal pleura. So you have two double membrane. Okay, so these are the picture I copy and paste from your textbook. So these show you the structure. So from your nasal cavity, you see those folding are nasal conchae, and now you go to the pharynx and go through the epiglottis, go to your trachea. And that's your vocal cord. So through the vocal cord, go to your primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, and they look like this. It's a tree structure. And those colored ones are tertiary bronchi. So every time they branch out, we call them primary, and branch out again, we call it secondary. And the third one, you see the number exponentially increase. So eventually, there are millions of bronchi, and it significantly increased the surface area. And the last one is the lung model. So the lung have 5 different lobes. So the top part we call the apex, the bottom part we call them base, and they have 5 different lobes. So the right lung has 3 lobes, and the left lung only have 2. And we know the reason is because the heart have to stay here. And this base called the cardiac arch, and this is for the heart to stay. Okay, so your job is use your textbook, use this lab menu to memorize the respiratory system structure. Okay, that's it.